Welcome, ladies, gentlemen, and those beyond the binary. I'm Hello Simon, and this is Caveopolis. Let's get started, shall we? Off camera, I set up another one of these systems with our alloy mixer and our ore extractor, this time with the tier 3 upgrade, which will give us silver fragments, uranium, diamond, and emerald fragments. So I have another setup, just like the ones over there, where we have our bonsai plants feeding our furnaces to automatically smelt up our uranium and our silver ore, and then sending them into the system. And these ones also need power, so I have a power line coming in underneath. I also doubled up on our oil, so now we have 2 of these crude oil machines running. So I grabbed the silver fragments, and then the raw of each, and then the ingots, and then we got Enderium, which is ender eyes, lead, and diamond dust, which I can do. So we get our diamond dust from the pulverizer, our lead from our rotors, and then because I have the Endermen, we can get ender eyes from our loot fabricator. And together, that makes Enderium. And then we can smelt this to get our Enderium ingots. And there we have our Enderium. And then the other one is Electrum, which we get in our induction smelter with gold and silver. And then with our Enderium, we can make dialect paste, which is in our uranite. So we can make the rods and the horizontal rod. And then we'll be making the casing and the rods. So we can make the dialect rod with iron bars. So there we go, and then we can just switch it. Get the other one, and then we can make our casing. And then we need our basic capacitors. And then we can make the tiny ones. And with all of that, we can make our energized rods. And we'll be needing a few of these. And there we go. And then also make the energizing ore. To get your uranite, you can put it in here, and with this little setup, it will turn it over. And it's one at a time, sadly. So once you have your 36 reactor blocks, you can place it down and it will automatically build up the little structure. And you need to fill it up with water, and you can add ice, redstone, and coal to it, and then our uranite to the middle, and it will heat up, but this will keep it cool. So you want to make sure these are topped up, and it'll make power. You can upgrade the reactor from starter to basic by using basic capacitors and uranite to upgrade it. And we can keep upgrading it all the way up until our nitro. But to do the hardened capacitors, we'll need energized steel, which we're about to work on. To get electrum, we need steel or to get energized steel, we need electrum and steel. So I'm making the hardened reactor. So we need 9 of them, and we got our 36. So now we have the hardened reactor. And then off camera, I got up the blazing crystal and the niotic crystal. And also a bunch of uranium. So now we can make the blazing capacitor. And with those, we can make the blazing reactor. Again, it will take 9 so that we get our 36. And then I'm also making the blazing rods. So just upgrading our old ones. And that's the nice thing about power, is that it's a bunch of upgrading the stuff that you already have. And then we can make the niotic capacitors as well. And then the niotic reactor, which I need a few more for, but I'll go get that off camera. So here we go with the last of the reactor. And now we have 36. And you can just place it and it will automatically build it up for you. So you don't have to worry about the size. You do have to make sure you have enough room for it, otherwise it won't place. And then you can fill it up. And now we can do the spirited capacitors. And then our spirited reactor. And there we go, our 36. And now we can do our nitro. And again, it will build itself up. And this is the last of the reactors. So this is the final form. And off camera, I've been upgrading the rods as well. And to get the nitro, we needed some nether stars. So I went down and killed up some withers. So here is me killing up one of the withers. I just did up a path so that I didn't have to worry about fighting it. So now the last thing that we need to finish off the uranite from level 5 is the steel casing. And off camera, I got some of the gears, so they should be in here. Yep. And there we go. So now we can break the top rock, which will allow us to go to the end. And then we take the top rock and we put it through the eroder, and it will make us end stone. Just like that. So now we have end stone. And then with Enderium we can make the portal frame. So the end portal is made like this. So we'll need a bunch more end stone, but that's the start of them. And they can be picked up by shift clicking within Enderium ingot, in case you place them wrong. So now we can put in our ender eyes. There we go. And that's where I'll leave it for this episode. Thank you all for watching, and happy building all.